Jim, back in 2010, you actually led a consortium of investors mounting a £1.25 billion bid for the club. How much do you think the club is valued at now?
Too much. Whatever it is, it's too much.
What do you mean it's too much? You're a lifelong fan.
I am, but as linked to what we were touching on about the UK economy before, and as I've talked to you quite a bit about before, I'm a pretty passionate person at this era of Britain's evolution and democracy and capitalism's evolution, what I would say with profit with purpose and not profit with no purpose. And I think whoever tries to satisfy the price that the Rain guys in New York that the Glazers have hired to sell it, they need to think carefully about what it is like becoming an owner of Manchester United. And I think with that as the number one factor, the second one is I can't really see the external environment and the specific environment around the commercial business of football being the same the next 20 years of what it's been the last 20 years. So that suggests to me that a lot of smart, rational people are not going to go chasing after buying Manchester United, despite the fact it is quite easily the biggest sports brand in the world.
Okay, do you think prospective US buyers will be put off by how much Man United fans hated the current owners?
I'd answer you slightly differently. I would say to prospective US buyers, or for that matter any buyers, if you don't engage the fans and treat them as partners and part of the wonderful thing that is Manchester United, then you're going to have a pretty miserable time owning them.
Okay, do you think, I mean, what happens then longer term? Do you think they will be able to sell? And I don't know whether if it goes for $3-4 billion, you could still lead a consortium. We know a number of people that maybe, bid for Chelsea that could be interested in this club.
I mean, my honest answer is I've no idea. To me right now, it seems completely out of reach of normal human beings, or for that matter, not so normal, very successful business human beings. And I wouldn't want to, myself, lend my name to people that were just trying to indulge the merry-go-round that it in some ways appears to have become. It may well be that, and I keep thinking, why is it they've had to go public? If you look at the number of words that was issued in the Glazer statements, I think I'm right in saying it's more words than anything they have ever said in 17 years of owning United. And it's quite a strange way of trying to sell what is supposed to be a great asset. And it might well be that they have to adjust their expectations and think very differently. But, we will see. But I can't imagine anybody that I'm close to or I was talking to 12 years ago would really want to go chasing after this auction circus that appears to be unfolding.
Yeah. Talk to me about this. Why do you think the Americans are trying to get out? Is it because they're calling top market? You're a numbers man. You understand the market. And if that's the case, could this club not sell for $3 billion, $4 billion instead of some of the numbers that are put out there?
I think it all goes back to the failed Super League bid and the way that fell apart and the scale of protests afterwards. I think in addition, as has sort of become public, and some of your colleagues at Bloomberg have written occasional pieces about this, that there were 6 children in the Glazer family, and there's probably been significant disagreement for a while. And they tried to explore a minority sale and didn't manage to find any buyer. And then on top of that, I don't think that the sell-off that we've seen in tech stocks, and particularly the interplay between tech and media content, is irrelevant. because these are the people that are supposed to be the great new promised land of those that would pay a lot more to stream live football. So what is this great upside? And the fact that United and Liverpool are both trying to sell, which are almost definitely by some distance the two biggest brands of English football around the world, is not a surprise. And that suggests to me that they see some reasons themselves that the great game of the past 20 years might not have quite the same future. And then on top of that, finally, they're having to compete with clubs that are essentially owned by countries, which is pretty hard to compete with.